everyone. I want to make some pockets today. The inspiration for these pockets came from Gail Agostinelli's something revisit your scraps or something. Anyway, it was about number 10 envelopes. So she had added paper to her pockets, and I started to do that, and then I thought, you know what, I've got these coffee dyed envelopes already, so I am just going to use these. So I'm going to use a little bit of lace, a little bit of bling, a little bit of, what is this stuff, jute cord, and some burlap, and my coffee dyed envelopes. So the first one is really easy, and as I watched Gail's video, what I usually do is I make a little mock-up with notes all over it, and that's where I start, and then I'll go from there. But the first one that we want to do is a pocket with an extra tuck here. Actually, no, the first one I want to do is the wraparound pocket. And I don't know if you can see my notes here. I put that I wanted to put lace here. Basically, all you do is sew around the entire envelope, and it's folded in half, and it wraps around a page. And you've got a pocket here. If you glue it down on the side, you could just put it in with paper clip, and then you've got tucks on both sides here. So I'm going to fold these three pockets, and then I'm going to go sew them and come back and we'll decorate them. So anyway, yes, so this one is very easy. It's an upside down number 10 envelope folded this way. Just like that. And then that will wrap around a page. So I will sew around this, but I'm going to sew them all at the same time. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and fold them for you. This is just very basic. You fold it upside down, or you hold it upside down, fold it, and then you just, you don't sew it. I fold it so it'll be easier to fold after I sew it, but I'm going to sew around all four sides, and I also sew down the middle, and then fold it back, and then we'll decorate it. So that's one. And then the second one is a pocket with an extra tuck also. I haven't folded these since I coffee dyed them, so they're kind of a little bit stiff, so I'm just putting them back how they should be. So on this one, what we're going to do, and I'm just going to use my little template here, is just fold up from the bottom, and I've got that tuck on the left hand side. And what I'm going to do with this one, and this is important if you want to sew around the entire thing, is I opened it and sewed across here. And then I folded it back, and I always start on the bottom right corner when I sew, and I go this way. And I'm just going to go all the way around the entire pocket, like so. And then we'll decorate that one. So this one will give us, depending on how we put it on the page, a pocket here, or a pocket here, a pocket here, and a little tuck here. So this is a fun one. And this is a quick way to do it if you don't want to cover your papers and you just want to do the coffee dyed, because the coffee dyed designs are so cool anyway. And you can add as much or as little embellishment as you want. So that was the second one. And then the third one, I'll fold this one here the way it goes. This one we want to go ahead and seal. So I'm just going to add a little glue, because after you coffee dye, that sticky stuff is pretty much gone. So I'm just going to seal that one. I'm going to turn this to the left side. The top of the envelope is on the left. And I'm going to fold this one completely in half. Align it as best I can because the envelopes are not perfectly folded, so, and especially after the coffee dyeing they get a little wonky. Okay, and then I'm going to line it up here on my board real quick because I want to go over about an inch here and fold this corner down like so. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this and sew around this triangle, and then I'm going to fold it back down and sew around the entire thing. So I am going to go to my sewing machine, which is in my dining room. There's no place for a camera there on my sewing table, so I'm going to go sew those real quick and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. As you can see, I sewed around. I sewed this triangle first and then folded it back and went all the way around. Now, what I want to do with this one is actually glue this pocket down. If I hadn't sewn over the corners, like maybe if I had just sewn on the top, left, right, or not all the way around. I sewed over the corners, and if I hadn't sewed over the corners, this would have made a lovely little tuck spot. Not tuck spot, journaling spot. And but as such, it doesn't open, and I don't want to tear the paper, so I'm going to glue that down. And just so it doesn't keep coming up, just like so. Okay, so let's decorate the front of this one. I left the strings on, so whoever gets this journal, if you don't like the strings, you can clip them off, but sometimes I like them just hanging around. So, but like I said, you can have a pocket this way, however you attach it to the page, you'll have, or a pocket this way, and then you've got this little pocket, little side pocket here. So this is a fun one, and they're very sturdy. I like the feel and the crunch, but we've talked about that before. It's an illness. Okay, so I am going to take a small piece of burlap, and I'm going to keep these this time because I'm going to use them. Oh shoot, I pulled out too much. Well, that's alright, we'll trim it off. Actually, it's not too bad. I think it'll be okay. Alright, so I'm just going to put a little circle of glue here in the middle of our triangle. And because I'm putting the embellishment there, I probably wouldn't have wanted to use it as a writing spot anyway. So I'm going to place that there. And then I'm going to take a piece of our lace. That's kind of a big piece. Let's see if I got a smaller piece. There's one. This is a smaller piece. And I'll put it this way. And I've got some of the fabric from the cover that is just extra here. I just want to cut off a piece of this, maybe an inch, and this is the piece that I tore off to make the fabric straight. Look how crooked that was cut from the fabric store. It's crazy. Starts out 2 inches, ends up about a half an inch. Okay, so I'm just going to fold this in half, take off all the little pieces that come off, and I'm going to fold it in half the other way and make little ribbon ends, just like this, from outside in. Probably should have used my other scissors. And then I'm just going to open that back up. Like that. You could use grosgrain ribbon. I just happen to have this cut off piece of fabric and thought, oh, I can use that. So I'm going to lay this way. And there's enough glue there already to kind of grab hold of it. And then I'm going to add more glue anyway, so I'm going to put a little spot of glue, and then I'm going to put these in. I'm just going to use maybe 4 of these just to give it some little bit extra texture. And put that down, and then I'm going to add a little bit more glue. Stay where I put you. It's wanting to be stringy now. I left it open while I was sewing. Okay, and then I'm just going to take this. This is a little bit bigger than 1/4 inch, so maybe 3/8. And I'm just going to place that right there in the middle, like so. And then I want to add some lace to the bottom. I'm trying to use the same laces that I've been using. Where did that lace go? Here it is. Let's see. And I'm going to put the ruffly part on the bottom. Just like that. Nothing too complicated, but very effective. You wouldn't even have to put this. You could put a sentiment there if you wanted to. There we go. I like it. So we'll put a little medium tag in that pocket and maybe a little, I don't know. I might use a smaller tag here and then put a larger tag behind it. I think I like the vertical tag because I've got so many of the side index cards already. So I think I'll go vertical on this one. Okay, so there's one down. I'm gonna stick an ink pad on top of this to make sure that bling adheres. Don't want that falling off. Okay, now we've got this pocket, and this is by far the easiest one. As you can see, all I did was sew around it and sew down the middle. And on this one, I'm just going to put a little bit of lace and a little bow, and then some more lace on the ends. So let's see. Little circle, circle. I'll use these. I try not to put things where they're lined up straight, because then I don't have to worry so much about the perfection. So if I go wonky to begin with, it makes life a little easier. Okay, and then I have these little bows that I made on my bow maker. I'm just going to stick those down. I made these out of the jute. I'm going to put that one, that little piece seems like it should go in the back. I can't find my instructions for the bow maker, and I've forgotten how to do it, so I'm going to have to go back and watch my own video or find those instructions, because although I think I did it right, and maybe it's just the jute. Maybe it's just the jute and it doesn't cooperate. I thought I already put a piece of glue on there, but it absorbed. So anyway, put that there. And then I'll put a couple more. That's what I like about these ink pads. They're magnetic, so they're heavy. And I use them for helping me hold stuff down. So there we go. All right. I am going to put some lace on the end of that in a minute. But I want to go ahead and work on this one. This one's nice and flat and scrunchy. This actually, when I turned it over, looked pretty cool too. So you could use this as a floating pocket, and this could be a little secret tuck. But we're going to use this side. And I'm going to go ahead and put the focal point here like I did before. This time I'm not going to do the extra little thingy jiggies. I don't want them all exactly alike. I don't want them all to have burlap, but I do want to have burlap throughout. So I am going to put a little circle in the corner. Now this one I am going to line up somewhat with the corner, but I'll put the lace diagonal to mix it up. Living on the edge here. Okay. And then I need another little piece of that fabric. These little corner clusters, I got this idea from Teresa LaFringe, I believe is how you pronounce it. And she did a country journal. I've got so much glue on my fingers, everything's sticking. She did a country journal, and she used a lot of burlap and lace in it, and it was really cute. She did these little corner clusters with the burlap and lace. So that's where I got the idea from. Okay, and she used the grosgrain ribbon, I believe, for this part. So, all right. Just going to tack that down. You wouldn't have to put those little cut-ins. I just like the difference. So, oh my goodness. Put a little glue on top. And one more bling. This one, the sticky back came off, which is just as well. Press that down. And on this one, I'm going to put the lace, I'm going to go ahead and put this on here, on this side, on the left. I thought about putting it here and then across the top, and then I started thinking, well, maybe as I put the tickets in and out or whatever, this might get destroyed. So I'm just going to put the lace on the left side completely. So this lace is so delicate that it reminds me of like something that would be on a baby's christening gown or something. Several layers of it. I find myself looking at lace on people's clothing on TV. Do you do that? I was especially watching, I've been watching Murdoch Mysteries, trying to catch up on all those episodes, and Julia's dresses always have fabulous lace. There we go. So that's cool. These could all be floating pockets because the backs are coffee dyed as well. So, but I'm going to attach them inside the book. So let's check in over here. Put the lace on the ends. That's way too much. What happened? So, yeah, I want to put the lace going this way with the ruffles going off the end. There we go. I am out of baby wipes. I need to make a run to Walgreens. Okay. And then we'll do this side. And this will make a cute wraparound pocket slash tuck. I will be attaching this to the page, but you wouldn't have to. It could be a floating pocket as well. All of these could. So, there we go. Just like that. See if I can do this without cutting the envelope. Not bad. Okay. So there we go, and I've made 2 sets because I've got 2 signatures. So I will have some for each of the signatures. So I've got these pockets here, and the coffee dyeing is totally different, so they're not exactly the same. Plus, I didn't measure any of the ribbon or anything like that. So then I've got these 2, and you can see I did those opposite because I wasn't paying attention, which is fine. They don't need to be exactly the same. And then I've got the wraparound. Here we go. This way. So that'll fold in half, and that'll wrap around one of the pages, like so. I don't want to fold this one yet because the lace and everything's still, and I think I'm going to have to put a little bit more glue on this one because he's not staying. So, but anyway, that is what I'm working on today, and I appreciate you coming and watching my videos, and I will see you next time. Bye.